A crime alert and a boxer booked. Gervonta Davis is accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend. The champion fighter is now facing a domestic violence charge, and this was not his first run-in with the law.
You want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
Jake Paul was about to face his biggest test yet, but now that fight might not happen at all. Just 2 weeks before the event, everything has fallen apart. Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis were supposed to fight on November 14th in Miami. This was going to be a huge exhibition boxing match on Netflix. Millions of people were waiting to watch it.
What is Jake gonna do to Tank?
Jake's got the power, he's got the size.
But he got them hands.
Paul has been building his boxing career for years, and Davis is one of the best fighters in the world right now. But today, the fight is in serious trouble. Why? Because Davis is facing a major lawsuit. On October 30, his ex-girlfriend Courtney Rossell filed a civil case against him in Miami.
Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Rossell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses.
The charges are very serious. She accuses him of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and causing her emotional distress on purpose. This is not the first time Davis has had legal problems. In fact, he has a long history of trouble with the law. Let me walk you through what happened and why this fight might be canceled. The incident that caused this lawsuit happened on October 27th. According to the legal papers, Davis went to a place called Tootsie's Cabaret in Miami. This is where Rossell worked as a VIP cocktail waitress. Davis allegedly stormed into the club in the early morning hours. He found her and attacked her in a back room that did not have security cameras. The lawsuit says Davis dragged her through a stairwell, then through the kitchen and out the back exit. He then physically assaulted her in the parking garage. After the attack, Davis sent her a threatening text message. The text said, "I'm on my way to your house." Rossell believed he was coming to her home to hurt her more. But this was not a one-time thing. Rossell says she dated Davis for 5 months. During that time, there were at least 4 other incidents where he physically assaulted and choked her. On 2 different occasions, she says Davis threatened to kill her. The first threat happened on September 2. Davis got angry because Rossell did not answer his calls and text messages. He threatened to kill her. Then on September 23rd, Davis accused her of cheating on him. He sent her a text that said, "I'll kill you." Later that same day, he allegedly choked her in public at a restaurant called Playa Miami. This restaurant is in a busy shopping area in Miami Beach where many people could see what was happening. Right now, Rossell is suffering badly. The lawsuit says she has PTSD, which means post-traumatic stress disorder. She also has anxiety and extreme fear. She does not feel safe living alone anymore, so she is staying with other people. She's getting therapy to help with the emotional and physical harm Davis allegedly caused. She wants Davis to pay her more than $50,000 in damages. She also wants a jury trial. The Miami-Dade Police Department is investigating this case. They confirmed it is an active investigation. Rossell's lawyer, Jeff Chukwuma, says the incident was captured on video at the club. Police are working to get that video and are talking to witnesses who saw what happened. This is not Davis's first run-in with the law. Not even close. In February 2020, he was charged with battery after an incident with the mother of his daughter at a charity basketball game. Those charges were dropped. In December 2022, he was arrested for allegedly hitting a woman on the side of her head. Those charges were also dropped. More recently, in June 2024, there was another incident with an ex-girlfriend who is the mother of 2 of his children. In July 2024, Davis was arrested for domestic violence charges because of that incident. Just 2 months ago, that case was dropped by the woman involved. Davis also has a criminal conviction for a hit-and-run case. In November 2020, he was involved in a car accident in Baltimore and fled the scene. In May 2023, he was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation. He violated the terms of his house arrest and had to serve 44 days in jail. He is still on probation until May 2026. Here is something interesting. This exact situation has happened to Davis before. He was supposed to fight Lamont Roach Jr. on August 16th in a rematch, but right before that fight, Davis was arrested on domestic violence charges. The fight was postponed and then canceled completely. After that cancellation, Davis chose to fight Jake Paul in an exhibition instead of rescheduling the Roach fight. Many people criticized that decision. Now, history might be repeating itself. Jake Paul even talked about Davis's legal troubles during a press conference on September 22. Paul told Davis directly,
"You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown."
So Paul already knew about Davis's past when he agreed to this fight. So what happens now? The company promoting this fight is called Most Valuable Promotions. Jake Paul owns this company along with his business partner Nakisa Badarian. On Saturday, November 1st, they released a statement. It said they immediately initiated an investigation when they learned about the lawsuit. The statement said they are gathering information and reviewing all the details carefully. They want to make sure any decision they make is thought through completely. The statement also said, "We unequivocally condemn any form of violence and are committed to handling this matter with diligence and respect for all involved." They said they will decide what to do next after they finish their review and talk with the right people. Until then, they will not comment anymore. Davis's representatives haven't said anything publicly. They declined to comment because it's a legal matter. Netflix is also in a tough spot. This was supposed to be a huge event for them. They want to show they can host major boxing matches, but now they are worried about the bad publicity. Sources say Netflix is putting pressure on the promoters to find other options. They are reconsidering whether Davis should be the main fighter for this event. With less than 2 weeks until the fight, Jake Paul's team is scrambling to find a replacement opponent. According to Chris Mannix from Sports Illustrated, both Netflix and Paul's representatives are actively looking for someone else. The main person they reached out to is Ryan Garcia. Garcia is a former interim lightweight champion. He has more than 12 million followers on Instagram, so he is a big name like Paul. Garcia actually fought Davis 2 years ago and lost. Davis knocked him out and won by technical knockout. Garcia would be an interesting choice. He brings a lot of attention and controversy. In 2024, Garcia beat Haney and knocked him down 3 times. It looked like a great win. But then Garcia tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. His win was overturned to a no contest. He came back in May 2025 and lost a decision to Rollini. So Garcia might want this fight as a chance to get back on track. But there is a big problem with the Garcia option. Oscar De La Hoya is Garcia's promoter. His company is called Golden Boy Promotions. De La Hoya posted a video on social media explaining why this fight cannot happen. He said,
"Let me just tell you why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is."
De La Hoya said Garcia probably will complain about being kept from making money, but he explained,
I mean, this is business. You know, Ryan Garcia's probably going to rant saying, "Oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting." No. You have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy.
So unless something changes with those contracts, Garcia cannot replace Davis. The other big name being discussed is Anthony Joshua. Joshua is a former 2-time heavyweight champion. He last fought in 2024 and lost to Daniel Dubois. Joshua was knocked down 4 times, and the fight ended in the 5th round. Eddie Hearn is Joshua's promoter. He was asked if Joshua could fight Paul before the end of 2025. Hearn said many things would need to fall into place. There are issues with Netflix and DAZN exclusivity. Hearn said without DAZN's consent or blessing, or a deal that they are happy with, we wouldn't move forward anyway. But here's the interesting part. Hearn said he already talked to Jake Paul's manager about this situation. He also talked to Anthony Joshua. When Hearn asked Joshua what he thought about fighting Paul, Joshua's response was clear and direct. Joshua said, Just let me know where and when. Jake Paul also confirmed talks are happening. Paul told Sky Sports, 100% it can happen. Our teams are already talking and in the works to try and make it happen for next year. Paul said it would be fun to take on Joshua after the Davis fight. He likes that nobody thinks he has a chance to win. Paul said, that excites me. But there are timing issues. Hearn originally said Joshua would not fight before the new year. February 2026 seemed more likely. However, he later said on DAZN that Joshua would fight before the year ends. This would be a comeback fight for Joshua to shake off the rust before taking on bigger challenges in 2026. The problem is that these are just conversations right now. No formal offers have been made. Hearn said this would not be against a top 20 heavyweight. It would be a warm-up fight for Joshua. Other names have been mentioned too. 2 former UFC fighters are in the mix, including Nate Diaz. Tommy Fury has also been discussed. Fury is the only person who has beaten Jake Paul. Paul lost to Fury by split decision, though many people thought Fury should have won by unanimous decision. A rematch could be interesting, but Fury is much bigger than Paul, so it's a high-risk fight. This whole situation shows a bigger problem in boxing. The sport struggles with what to do when star fighters get in legal trouble. Davis is one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world right now. He's nicknamed Tank because of his explosive power. He's never lost a professional fight, but his legal problems keep getting in the way of his career. For Jake Paul, this is frustrating. He's been building toward bigger and bigger challenges. Davis was supposed to be his toughest opponent yet, even though Paul is much bigger. Paul weighs 60 pounds more than Davis and stands 8 inches taller. But Davis's skill level is on another planet compared to anyone Paul has fought before. Paul has been trying to prove he is a legitimate boxer, not just an entertainer. He told Sky Sports he wants to become world champion. These kinds of situations make it harder for him to be taken seriously. For Netflix, this is a test. They want to show they can host major boxing matches, but they need everything to go smoothly. They can't afford bad publicity.
They need global attention and 0 cancellations. The show must go on. The Davis situation is complicated. Whether the fight happens with Davis, gets replaced by Garcia or Joshua, or features someone else entirely, one thing is clear. This was supposed to be a massive event. Now it is surrounded by serious allegations and uncertainty. Davis faces the biggest consequences. His once promising career keeps getting derailed by legal troubles. This could cost him a huge payday and a chance to rebuild his reputation. With just days to go, everyone is waiting to see what happens next. The fight might still happen. It might get postponed. It might get canceled completely. Or Jake Paul might step into the ring against someone entirely different. Whatever happens, this story shows how quickly things can fall apart in boxing when trouble happens outside the ring.